Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we are doing another episode of Stone Face Reactions, reacting to Iron-Blooded Orphans. Last time, everyone got a ship, talked about where they were going, and definitely didn't grieve about anyone at all. Nope, not even once. And now we're
Pointedly,
gonna be on a train.
pointedly, not everyone got a ship. They all boarded a ship together.
Well, maybe it's a Voltron kind of ship. Maybe it splits into like 67 other individual ships and then remerges into the oil
This
tanker.
wasn't the Oprah episode where every iron-blooded orphan got a ship.
Can you imagine? Well, they all have like mobile workers anyway. But more seriously, we've gone over how both sides are renewed to murder each other for various reasons. People did grieve for Griffin for a single episode and will not bring them up again.
Well, again, one side is not. They're not renewing their passions for vengeance. One side has a particular individual leader who wants revenge for all the people she lost. Otherwise, the entire organization itself doesn't give two shits about these kids.
I think last episode on the Gallarhorn site they showed off the characters and people who were most interested in the murder of our protagonist.
Which was just the woman who was ignoring orders to return to base in order to pursue them.
Montag and his cybernetics project, I think, also counts. I think once Ein gets up from that, he's going to be a little bit livid at the situation. Is going to be my assumption.
Montag, well, I guess we can just keep calling him Montag. It's such an easier name to remember because nobody
It kind of
remembers
is.
his actual name anymore. But I don't think that's specifically about the kids because he said specifically, "We'll show them that we have what it takes to lead," and not "We'll show
It's
those kids."
multifaceted there for sure, but I
Right.
believe Ein in particular is a character who, having been beaten up by them, will want to continue fighting them when he was out there already angry at them in the first place.
Well, I'm saying that Montag's declared motivation is ability to lead, plus his already standing anti-Gallahorn stance. So he's not so much against the kids. And Ein is very much. Have you ever seen the movie Sleepers? I think the movie's called Sleepers.
I don't think so.
Awakenings? No, that's not the one where they like they're experimenting with how close you can get to death and then wake back up again and like record the body stuff. I think it was Sleepers. That's basically he's in like a sleeper state. Dude's body was in necrosis, right? And
Oh yeah.
all of his organs were shut down. These are things that were said about him. Like you thought he was already in a coffin, and basically it is a coffin. His body shut down. His body is like decomposing
So
already.
what you're saying is we need to plug Ein into a computer that simulates possibilities of who needs to get arrested next then. Wait, wrong series.
Also, that's different from a coma. What I'm saying is that you can't attribute motivation to Ein right now because Ein is no different than being a dead body.
Right. He'll come back and he'll declare his motivations for sure.
I
But
have
then
no
we also have
doubt that you are correct because this is a show made by Bandai and it's a Gundam show, so he could have no other motivation than revenge, right? He couldn't come back from the edge of death and say, "God, dying has really changed my perspective on life. Life should be
I'm
about
gonna go
living."
farming.
Yeah, life should be about living every
I could do
second of every
corn.
day. He should be that character from Fallout New Vegas, right? You reach the town screaming about how great the air is because he just survived the lottery where everyone else in town got killed.
Oh yeah, when you get to Dipton. Oh yeah.
Have you tasted that air? Yeah, no chance that Ein comes back from the verge of death having a renewed love of life and wanting to share his experience with anyone they can hear. No, it's gonna be
I would love
revenge.
that subversion, but yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. There's absolutely no chance. You kill a character who's been a fighter, he's gonna come back again as a fighter. It's just how it happens.
Right. And then, of course, the final person involved in all this is Montag's father, who, as we discovered, has like an 80-year plan to get himself 3 months of world domination or whatever he's really after. He's just doing more political power. He needs to kill the kids just to make sure his plan doesn't get interrupted because they're bringing his political opponent to Edmonton and he's going to get elected and stuff is going to happen. And then he's probably going to explode.
Right, but again, he isn't using any of his political pull or his authority with Gallahorn to do that. He's not. I think he's
being
counting.
very subversive about it.
Well,
yes.
he's counting on. I guess she's adopted into his family now.
Yes.
Or he's shoot. What do you call it when you have like a child who wins a prize, and you're the parental guardian?
Guardian?
There's like a specific word for it. It's different from guardian.
Steward.
I guess steward would work because you can.
I don't know.
Well, like say the king dies, and we have this 5-year-old son who can't take over authority. So we give that authority to someone else instead, which would be a steward in this case until he's of legal age. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, he's stewarding her.
She's a part of the family. That I think is the important part.
Right, and I think he's counting on her inability to come back in because, Montag had a conversation how upset father will be that she failed, let alone the fact that she's disobeying orders now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
about to say, so now we're going to see how this 30-something woman is going to react to her father's disappointment.
Well, no, she's not coming back, remember? And I'm pretty sure we've seen her
she's still reacting to it.
Well,
she's reacting to it by staying out there to murder.
Well, I don't think it's occurred to her yet. Like, Montag was talking about it, because Montag clearly spent a lot more time, and we've actually seen him come home before in previous episodes. She stayed up in space this whole time, had multiple comments about how often she had no chance to go anywhere, and now she's back on Earth, refusing to come back on the follow-up orders, and we've seen in the preview she's in the fight.
She wants some action, she's gonna get some more.
Well, yeah, she's in revenge focus mode the same way that they are, except that, ironically, she's put them into revenge focus mode for the same affliction that they have caused everybody that they've ever come across in the show leading up to now.
And then one of the side characters on the hero's side will just go, "Why are we still here? What's the point of all of this? Every day I still feel my arm."
Well, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is that they're going to kill her, which is going to cause somebody that cared about her to now then go after them, and the revenge cycle continues until season 2. How dare you kill my half-sister, or whatever she actually is, to me.
A 30-episode revenge arc, here we go. But yeah, I think that just about covers everything that happened. Most of our thoughts. Let's get to watching and see a cool train scene.
It's on you. I clicked a second ahead of you.
I know failure is unacceptable for a member of
God
the
damn it!
Stars.
She went back.
You apologize to me, but I wonder, what would your father think? Carta, your actions have tarnished the Issue family name. But having taken the place of your ailing father,
we've been to this room a whole lot.
That's what I said. We've seen him before.
I cannot simply sit back and watch. So
we just didn't know that the person they were talking to before was the father.
Which is?
I would hate this office.
I've received word that
it's so wide open with nothing in it.
We must stop him, no matter what it takes.
It's the reverse shot.
Lord Isnario, please
we've seen the outside before.
I'll crush Makanai's plans and destroy every.
No, I mean the opposite side of the room.
My word.
Oh, we saw them walk in before.
We haven't seen the fourth wall.
Heavy a burden so soon after your defeat, but McGillis insisted you should carry it out.
Is that so?
He's been tracking their movements for some time, and will provide you with more details soon.
Is that CG bird?
It's been quite a while, hasn't it, Carta?
I must say I'm surprised. Never thought that you'd want to help me. I do appreciate this, McGillis.
You're perfect for the mission.
McGillis, that's his real name.
Just so you can laugh and call me a failure.
Eminem?
That little patronizing smirk of yours never changes, even after all these years.
That's funny. I noticed you haven't changed either. The only daughter of the Seven Stars' most powerful family. So strong, so beautiful.
Enough. How dare you say...
Carter, from the first day we met, I knew that you would always be somebody I looked up to.
Remember, this
Just
man
building
is...
her up so that she can go die.
I assume so, because remember, this guy's also marrying a
So,
7-year-old
this is where
girl,
you've been,
so...
huh? I came over so you can play with us.
How's it going?
I lost the last time, but it won't happen again. Let's see who can climb these trees
Miss
fast.
Carter, please, you children shouldn't be doing such dangerous things. Besides, that young man may be a Farid by name, but he's really a...
Oh, what?
Well,
Asshole.
You're just gonna run away?
Look, I think I better go now. You should play with someone else.
Why's that? Have a little confidence.
God damn it, we are getting the
I mean,
Griffin
you
episode
can
from
find
the other side
out
now.
there in half the time
Oh,
you
yeah,
think you
here
do,
we go.
And you learn to read faster than anybody that I've ever seen.
You even eat fast. It's pretty cool.
This is the sad,
Okay,
the
stop
sad,
moping
the
about
sad
and
thought
bullying
going through
yourself,
my
'cause
mind
it's
now
getting
is that
really annoying.
you don't have to build up
Never
my
used the
characters to
word
die,
until
they
I
just
found
die
the way
anyway.
so many others did. When I was with you, I
Oh
felt like
no,
an
what a
equal.
tragedy.
It's
Y-
fine,
it's
you
true,
can
though.
spare me the gratitude.
In my eyes, you were always confident, always so noble. And I can't bear the thought of your feeling disgraced.
I
which
do
is
like
why
the
I
idea
want
of
you to
maybe
let me
them
help
both continuing
in
on
any
into the
way I
next
possibly
season
can.
as part of like the new Oz thing that's gonna happen.
Sure, the,
Gillis.
Well, they'd always said that they kill off his characters off screen and without any backstory, and now he's gone.
White.
So cold out there you can see your breath.
Yeah.
It's like I'm seeing the ghosts of Theta right
hardly
now.
even feel it. 'Cause lately,
how many seconds did I
I'm
miss?
getting warmed up.
Nah, like 5.
So they better be ready to fight.
We're coming to you from Parliament in Edmonton. With the election deciding Arbrow's new prime
It is
minister
Parliament.
approaching in only 1 week.
That's a shame you didn't bet, huh?
Is rumored to be running again.
Seems the word's gotten out.
Yes, Mr. Alessi's really been working hard. It's quite impressive.
It's been too long. So good to finally meet with you in person again. And of course, I'm always happy to be of service, but I wish I could escort you to the
Oh
Parliament.
gosh,
I hate to be that-
haircut.
Well, I was gonna say I hate to be that kind of guy, but
If the
what's
two
wrong
of
with
us
your
were together
face?
and headed in that direction, we'd play right into Gallarhorn's hands.
Looks like the guy
As
who
I
ran
said,
into
I
the
need you to
toxic
get
waste
there
thing at
earlier,
the end of
before the
RoboCop.
election starts. Well, with all the political enemies Henri Fleur has created,
He got a career after that.
That should be no problem.
Look,
So
I
it
know
looks
I'm no
like all
looker.
you're
That's
gonna
why I
have to
can
do
point
now
out
is
people
make
like
it out
this. What
there.
the hell is
I'm sure I will.
up with that guy?
These young men seem
Looks like a
up to the task.
necromancer wrapped
I
a
was
skeleton
worried
in a
at first.
body of a
When
zombie.
you told me the
What's going on with that guy?
You even got like normal
I
people
just
to
couldn't
compare him
believe
against, and you're just like, oh gosh.
I guess maybe we've just been surrounded by virile young men this whole time.
Battle for revenge.
What did he say?
Catchy slogan, isn't it? This is a battle for revenge.
In universe, they're confused too. It's like, wait, why is the kid going on
Seems
about
to me that
revenge?
People are always looking for some sort of excuse. But those kids have one desire: destruction itself.
Telling ya, these are the bad guys. We're following the bad guys.
Alright, new prediction.
looking,
Montag
old man?
invites Tekiden
So
to
far,
join
the
him.
5 machines we
And they
brought
do.
with us are all ready. And,
I'm just gonna tell you this, hot take.
Through Tewas right now.
Our main characters caused Griffin's brother to commit suicide.
none of them came with the Leia Vignana system.
Ah,
so I'm not
I mean,
too
that's
sure
just
how
true.
effective they're
Yeah.
gonna be.
Still, it sounds better than nothing.
Which then caused
I've been
Griffin to
told,
get into a
Earth
situation
has strict
where he was
rules
killed.
against bringing Ahab reactors into urban areas. So if we're not allowed to use mobile suits out here, then I guess we're just gonna have to get by on the vehicles we've got.
Ipso
Are
facto.
you gonna have the younger
Griffin killed
children
himself.
fighting in those things too?
Hell of a lot better than facing the enemy unarmed.
Are they just gonna use tanks?
Now, I may have missed
Hold
a little
on,
bit of
boss.
context there, but he just say that they weren't allowed to use Ahab
seems like
reactors,
this
so they're
death
not
is driving
going
you
to,
all
or was
crazy.
there like a more pressing condition?
Point is,
No, that's what I
The
heard.
members of Tekiden are really sweet kids. But
See how
at
that
this
pans
rate,
out.
They may never be able to return.
Alright, terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
No dirty bombs.
where?
You're not allowed.
I mean, I guess
Please,
to be
boss,
fair,
at
there are
least
certain
promise me
moral
that you
event
aren't gonna drag the
horizons
little
even
children
terrible
into this
people
too.
don't cross.
Meribit.
What, like using child soldiers?
Hey, you two.
But we crossed that as the first episode.
You should just stay out of this.
Damn, kid.
Nobody here's getting dragged into anything. Every choice that we've made so far has been our own.
I understand.
Kid,
that,
you
but
are under
I just
18.
think
You
it
cannot
might be
consent to
difficult
being
for
a
you all to
soldier.
see any other options right now? You've been so blinded by the situation.
They don't pay for what they've done. We couldn't live with ourselves.
This is precisely the reason why you cannot consent to being a soldier.
Hate these kids.
Yeah, they are such jerks now.
I'll make them pay for killing our friend who got killed because we were killing their friends. Wait.
This way.
Why are we stopping? Where is he?
Well, you're at the end of the gameplay for one thing. If you kept walking, you'd be off.
Can't be. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Ein. So it was a success. That's
I
wonderful.
want to say,
I'm glad.
if possible,
Really?
this is my favorite romantic couple of the whole show.
Have a look, Specialist Major. This is the second
take a look.
lieutenant now.
Ein in
Leia
blue.
Vignana integrated perfectly.
Thank you so much for what you've done. Now I'll finally be able to avenge Lieutenant Crank.
And now he's in love with a robot.
Throughout my entire life, I've only met 2 people who've earned my respect. I don't think I've ever been so happy. I'll be indebted to you till I take my last breath for this gift you've given me.
Of course. Ein.
Yeah, that image alone is
Greatest wish.
pretty terrifying
Senior
as far as
officer,
Gundam
You
goes.
were able to offer him the opportunity to fully realize it. All that's left now is for you to assist him by setting the stage and taking him to face the enemy. Galio.
But that's definitely one of the most
dark fate of corruption.
interesting
Truly,
things
I
I've seen
wonder
out of
what your
Gundam
heart
show.
has managed to
It's like,
remain
yeah,
so
he just
pure.
is a full-on robot now.
Now, is that it? I'm serious. And not just you. Ein as well. I sincerely believe that the 2 of you have what it takes to utterly reform that organization. Even Ein, huh? Indeed. If this mission proves successful, his contribution to Galahorn will be quite immeasurable. And regardless of his current appearance, the battle he's about to enter could make him a hero. Thanks so much. I appreciate this.
If this was Gundam Wing,
Galio. Carta.
Ein would be
You
the
were
first
always dear friends to me.
person
I
that
never
we'd see
lied
this
to you
way.
about that.
And then in
I
Season
believe
2,
the 2 of you
Galahorn would
will
have a whole
change
army of
Galahorn
people that were
forever.
just built into suits now.
I don't know, Mika.
That's gonna happen.
I'm starting to think I really am.
You said it, it'll come into existence. There's gonna be an army of them. now.
Well, you know, like in Gundam Wing, you had the Dom that had like the shield units on built into its shoulders and everything.
And then you had like the mobile dolls as well, which also propagated pretty quickly.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You had the one, and it was a big threat, and then suddenly, boom! There's hundreds of them come from the moon. It's like what?
Yep.
He did.
Hey, Biscuit. Mikazuki.
I hope you were sufficiently sad the last flashback we gave you, Biscuit, because we got a lot more in the pocket.
And he wants you there. You sure?
I'm just thinking how good Gundam Wing is at making toys.
Did something happen?
Damn, those were
You
some
could
good
say
toys.
that. We argued about what we're gonna do next. Mikazuki?
You
I'm
should
not
lead the
gonna
team
quit.
from now on.
What are you talking about?
And that's when Griffin told me that I was the best suited person to lead the team.
You wanted to leave? No. Well,
Or maybe he said leave the team, I'm not
guess
sure.
I was just afraid. Orga makes the decisions, and he has led us this far. But I started to realize that he's only giving us what we've been wishing for. That's why I'm not gonna leave. I'm staying right here. Only way I'll go is if we can all head home together.
27 more episodes of Griffin flashbacks to go.
Hey, it's my turn to be on lookout now.
What if Griffin is the only one of all these characters that actually dies?
If we can all head home together, huh?
I'm trying to imagine it.
There's no way that any of us can go back now. Biscuit.
And now we get the title card drop? I felt like we've gone through half an episode.
They usually
We
appear.
have.
They usually appear halfway through the episode.
Oh, right, that's just the advert
On my way.
barrier, isn't it? Yeah.
An Ahab wave?
But those aren't allowed!
When
now have visual contact with their freight train.
I do also love the cape.
Retreating is not an option. Do you understand?
Highly necessary. How
What doesn't
huge
kill
is
you
that
only
cape?
makes you
Say it'd be like a building.
And no matter what happens, they
If you were
won't
gonna
take my
fumigate like a 5-story building, you'd throw that over top of it.
We won't leave here until we're victorious.
Our fleet's reputation is at stake.
That's right. So let's show them what we can do.
Remember, there used to be like, what, 8 of these guys. Now there's 2 and her.
Man, I was just in the middle of an awesome dream, too.
What?
So now that means that they're stronger because now the group is the same power, but there's fewer people.
But I was assured we were
Well, it's
traveling
probably
in the same
easier
group
to
and cavalry
coordinate
surveillance wouldn't be
2
able
people
to
than it
detect.
is 6 people.
It doesn't make sense. How did they find us so quickly?
Because you're on a train.
There's only one person I know who could have tipped them
Well, in
off.
fact, it looks like they're on 2 trains.
I can't believe he stabbed us in the back like that.
So you're saying you have somebody in mind?
Yeah, we'll talk later. Yamagi, stop the train!
I'm not sure who we could be referring to, to be honest.
Probably some fat guy who looks like Hitler.
There's only 3 of them?
But he wouldn't know their specific plans to get on a train.
Do you not remember when they said the only reason that they knew they were going through the asteroid belt so that the pirates could get them was a mustached guy?
No way.
Who he also wouldn't have known?
Earth headquarters. I'm the commander of the Outer Earth Orbit Regulatory Joint Fleet. Carta issue. I challenge you to a duel, Tekkadan. 3 of our mobile suits against 3 of yours.
Hang on a minute. You see that red cloth?
It's a challenge.
Hand over Togonosuke Makanai and Kudelia Aina Bernstein.
Even they're just like, man, that cape is huge.
What's that woman talking about?
And of course, all members of Tekkadan shall surrender themselves to us. If we're vanquished, however, you may continue to pass as you wish.
Well, it sounds pretty good to me. Are you ready to show them what we can do, Akihiro?
Yeah.
Forget about it, guys. Now don't even waste your time.
That's right. I mean, we have them totally outnumbered. So why don't we go out there and beat them senseless?
30 minutes. That's what we'll give you to choose your best fighters and prepare for combat. As soon as you're ready, you...
How dare you! Lady Quarter wasn't...
What are you doing, man? Don't run to the front of your suit, run back into it!
Mikazuki!
Well, that dude's dead. You just saw him fly off into...
Unbelievable. Man, we're gonna need to regroup and...
That's good regrouping.
Great. Thanks a lot, Mikazuki. Now there's no one left for us to fight.
Damn it! I can still take out the track! What?
Well, if his foot was going down right there, doesn't that mean you just stomped the track?
Done to my proud elite guards.
I can only imagine the difficulty of repairing infrastructure out there in Alaska.
Seems perfectly fine to me, but staying out here in the snow can take quite a toll on an old body like mine. So the sooner this is over, the
Gotta
better.
hate your people so much,
need
Griffin.
to get moving along.
So you like to fight dirty, huh? I don't approve!
Boss, have you seen what he's doing?
Just like I told you. We're gonna crush anyone who gets in our way.
There you go.
Mika.
I hope Season 2 adequately provides that these guys are the bad guys, and it turns into everybody else going against them.
Those kids.
They're cheering for murder, Griffin!
As usual.
I've been waiting for this battle. But I wanted to confront the enemy fairly!
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Otherwise, it would be dishonorable. My name is Carta Issue!
I don't care who the hell you are. Because right now you're my enemy.
See, for me,
That's
she's
all that
another
matters.
Crank. She wants to fight an honorable fight, much like Crank did.
You guys, it's dangerous out here. Head inside.
I must win. There's no other option. I ruined my reputation and humiliated my family. Ugh. The little girl he once looked up to shouldn't have to feel like such an insignificant fool!
Get in the
train everyone.
And he's in a goddamn. He's in a goddamn Gundam, by the way. She has no chance.
See this ourselves.
Right. She's still doing this one-handed though.
With no Elena Vignana system in a normal ass mech versus Elena Vignana
right here till we know we brought her down.
Gundam.
Because this is our revenge for Biscuit and every friend we've lost.
And you guys are gonna make me say fuck Biscuit at this point.
I can't afford to lose. Not now. He believes in me.
And the other anime,
I can't betray him.
this is the hero's moment where she would succeed.
You're not gonna escape.
And now you're killing a helpless woman.
That weapon really just looks like a garbage compactor at this
I've got
point.
to win this. I'm not afraid of anything.
If I don't kill you right now, you'll only get in our way again.
I won't be disgraced for a second time.
But more than that, I can't forgive what you did to us.
I won't. Help me, please, McGillis.
Hold on, another Ahab wave reaction? Mikazuki!
Hey, Calvary to the rescue.
I don't know if this is the rescue. We didn't see if she was live or not.
Reinforcements?
She didn't get stabbed, so...
It looked like she was about to drown. Like the water was pouring in.
Yeah, I'm wondering where all that's coming from.
Superheated snow. And a pool around her.
Wait, Mika! Come back!
Orga?
There's no time to chase him down. We need to get out of here while we can. We have no place to go back to.
Why the megaphone?
Now, we do.
Because they're all spread out all over the place.
And I swear,
Guess so.
we'll get there together.
This is triumphant to me. I hate these people now. I literally hate the main characters of the show. Except for her. She's still cool. She's
Just wait until she's like, blood.
She's been going around, I want to do Revolution. It's the most adorable fucking thing ever. I still love her. She's cool.
Gillis, you came all this way to rescue me, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
I failed. I failed again, didn't I?
No, that's not true. You fought honorably.
I just realized that's... He's mounted on a horse.
This will be better. Don't worry.
Really? Thank you. Gillis.
You understand what's happening, right?
It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Carter, get some rest. We'll take care of everything from here.
That she died, and he's not McGillis.
Yup.
Okay, you didn't say it, and it seemed like you'd point something obvious like that out.
Oh no, like the whole time he's breaking up just because like, oh, she really just wanted to see her brother again.
I don't think that's the relationship they had.
They're basically family?
Not
they had a
really.
lot- Well, I mean,
Her
they covered that
father-
in the first half of the episode.
Yeah, her father was looking after her, but she wasn't like his actual family. Well, I'm down 2 characters.
Till now, I never really thought about who's with us and who's against us. I just followed the orders that Orga gave me, and fought anybody he needed me to. But from this point on, it's different. Anyone who tries to get in Tekkadan's way is my enemy, and they're gonna go down. Next time, on
That's a
Mobile
bit
Suit
simplistic
Gundam,
still.
Iron-Blooded Orphans. Episode 24, A Future Reward.
I fucking hate these characters. I'm getting angry at this show. The people that it's pushing me forwards towards, hey, like these kids. Hey, like these kids. You know who the real tragedies of the show are? Crank and Carta, so far. Those are respectable, admirable people trying to do their job, trying to live honorable lives. Like, and they get murdered by these fucking kids just to show how powerful the kids are, or how powerful their emotional motivating force is. So I don't give a shit about you, or fighting honorably, or any goddamn thing.
I guess, like, at the beginning, Crank literally pointed out, it's like, wait a second, this is insane that we're fighting kids.
Yeah, but he was also the one who's like, I'm not going to put any more of my men in danger. I'm just going to go out there and challenge them one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God they didn't kill Griffin earlier, or otherwise, what the hell would have happened to Crank? And oh no, it happened exactly the same way. He stomped people through the face. Like, they literally showed those two guards guys just like as blood splatters over top of one mech, and the other dude got hurled through the air.
Yeah, they didn't stand a single chance. I mean, like, so if we were to, like, step away from, like, this weird revenge narrative that they're on right now, tactically it makes perfect sense. Like, hey, your enemy just appeared in front of you and they're challenging you to a duel. Do you care? You got places to go.
Yeah, but your enemy is also basically the legal authority. Like, you're all under arrest unless you can beat us in a duel. It's like, we're giving you an out. Otherwise, we're the legal authority here of the representation of the government at hand. Oh, what's that? You're just gonna murder cops. Okay, cool. I didn't realize.
I mean, they've never been, like, in... I need to figure out the way to phrase this. Gjallarhorn is the primary authority. They were always going to be against them from the very beginning, as soon as they started hanging out with Kudelia. Like, there's no other way that's going to be, right?
Well, no, I understand
There was
that.
never
They
the
were...
point where they're going to be like, alright, Kudelia, we're now going to peacefully let you come over to the parliament and say your piece about revolution. It's like, that was never going to happen. Gjallarhorn is an institution that wants power, and it's going to kill Kudelia if it can.
No, that might have actually happened. Because remember, we've seen her flashbacks. They're speaking at, like, a UN-type institution before.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's been allowed to speak on behalf of change in the past. I know, I'm agreeing with you, it's probably never going to happen that Teiwaz and Tekiden were ever going to... Well, Teiwaz probably would have done the challenge thing, because remember, Teiwaz operates within both spheres and operates within the law.
Technically has something to lose out there,
right? Well, they also operate legally, because they do shipping and everything, too. But, I mean, Teiwaz in the past has shown that they operate following the laws that Gjallarhorn sets out. Tekiden probably never would have, because the problem we have here is Tekiden comes from Mars, which wants to be independent from Gjallarhorn, so they were already fighting. Assumedly, the mercenary organization they belonged to before, when they actually technically belonged to them as property, was also some sort of fighting force, probably fighting for Martian independence as well.
Yeah, I think my commentary on this is that we're very deep into, like, the personal motivations of the characters, and it feels like we're maybe a little distant from what their actual stated mission is. Like, it's hard to keep a full grasp on, like, what's their objective, what are they getting out of this, and what are they doing, because we're, like, constantly in the minutia of it.
But again, my point is that the bad guys, air quote, are acting more like the heroes would in any other anime. Like, okay,
right.
We're going to stand here and we're going to challenge you. And with our legal authority, if you lose this challenge, you're under arrest and you have to hand over these people who are wanted.
Right. And I think, like, in terms of, like, Gundam cliche and writing, they're demonstrating, like, these are basically the people who are kind of representing the old guard, the people who, like, maybe were doing something and are not a part of Gjallarhorn as the corrupt institution that it is now, but maybe, like, some idyllic version of it before, who knows? And they're getting phased out. And they're getting phased out so that, the new organization can suddenly be created in this conflict.
I hate
That's
that
what happens because it's Gundam.
I hate your idea is that they're being phased out because the powers that be know that the murder machine that is the Tekiden is on hand. that we can just keep throwing our idealists in front of them. And Tekkadan isn't a thinking, feeling organization. It is a murder machine. We can throw the best hearts and minds of our generation in front of these kids just to get rid of them. Because these kids will murder anything we throw in front of them.
But you see, he's specifically getting rid of some of them so that the other ones become hardened against what he's going to say is their new enemy, which is going to be the Independence Group, after he takes over.
No, I'm saying I hate it because it rings true. Like, we need to get rid of all the idealists, the people that would actually be doing good, right?
The people who might say, the fight's over, it's time for us to de-escalate or something, right?
Right, well, yeah, but they're also human beings, so, like, this woman cares about the people under her, so she feels the desire to bring justice to the people who have killed them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, her justice isn't just, we're gonna kill all those kids, as we've seen just now. It's, you're all under arrest. You've killed people near and dear to me, so I want to fight. So I'm going to challenge you to a honorable duel, because I want revenge. But you're still just going to be under arrest. I'm not going to murder everyone on that train. I'm not a monster. And then out comes Mikazuki to stomp the heads in of everybody who's there, because he is a goddamn monster. That's what I'm saying. Tekkadan is a murder machine, and your enemies are honorable people.
Right. Mikazuki is a psychopath. We mentioned that before. But, yeah. The way to escalate a tragedy is for all the rational people to be killed off and leave only those who wanted the worst outcome.
Well, pointedly, again,
so we're getting Gjallarhorn. It's going to be great.
Gjallarhorn, it's the people that come from outside of Earth are horrible people. The people that wanted to assassinate Kudelia was, like, what was it? The guy...
Maybe Martians should be suppressed.
The guy in charge of Teiwaz was wanted to kill Kudelia, and then there was somebody else. I think that was, what's his name? You called him Montagu. I can't remember his actual name now.
Montag?
Montag. I think that was a Montag faction that was behind trying to kill Kudelia before, with Teiwaz as leader as well.
Yes. I think you're right about that.
So even then, it's not Gjallarhorn being evil. Remember, the worst thing we've seen Gjallarhorn do is, what was the name of the stations? The 6 stations?
Dort.
The Dort stations. That little show that they put on Dort Station, which, by the way, again, was also orchestrated by the Teiwaz leader. So, it's very much half and half there, because the Teiwaz leader supplied the mechs and the weapons that didn't work.
Yeah, I think this is, like, it goes back again. We're losing sight of, like, the broader objectives and way things work because we're very deep into the characters and their personal motivations, and we can point and go, yes, this commander is good, she's honorable, she's trying to do the right thing, but if we were to, like, shift back to, like, that wider perspective, Mars needs independence because it's constantly suppressed, much like the Dort Station, where they would be slaughtered for trying.
Well, no, see, what you're saying...
maybe they are bad guys.
No, you're stopping me before I got there, because I'm saying I'm trying to give you the broad view of the whole organization. Because you remember that scenario was orchestrated both by Teiwaz and Gjallarhorn, which then indicates to you that your good guys aren't entirely good either, because they're also part of this. But also, Gjallarhorn, you had the ship commander there who's like, we can't go in, we can't just fight people because we want to fight people. We have to obey the laws that we've all set forth on our own.
We have to have rules of engagement and such like that.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like they set up everyone to fight. If Dort Stations had just, not...
It's very Gundam, what it...
If the Dort Station people hadn't rode out on mechs, because they didn't have to, mind you, they got the means to do a revolution and decided, well, we got the guns, we might as well use them. If they hadn't done that, Gjallarhorn obviously would not have fired upon them. They fell into a trap, but Gjallarhorn obviously also set, but their own people also set for them.
Right. we could go over that whole complicated situation.
Well, I'm
again,
just using
but,
it as an example of the bad things they've done. I don't think the Mars independent scenario can be used against Gjallarhorn because that's just a very... One thing, we don't know all the details about it. We know that the guy in red, who we thought was going to be the main antagonist, was the military guy in charge of suppressing the Mars independence movement.
Yep.
But we don't know the situation behind the Mars independence movement. All we know is that they're like basically an unruly colony of Earth.
Right. The actual concluding remark here I think I have is that it's very Gundam. If Gundam is showing that no organization is a monolith, there are individuals who are involved, who are choosing directions for this and causing these things to happen, but the organization and people within it are not necessarily always synonymous, and you could have a good goal for your organization and then a bunch of asshole children running it.
Well, I think the problem that we're facing there is that Gjallarhorn is a monolith, right? And what you're saying is true, is that not all elements are the same. We have old school elements that are bad. We have new school elements which are
at least 5
idealistic, and then we have the middle of the road, which are basically they're people that don't care one way or the other. But then the problem with that is that we have the monolith versus the small tribe, which is a bunch of kids. Like we can count how many there are and how many are active and operational. And to say that this massive organization can't be put in a box is also to say that these kids can be put in a box. They're all acting the same way. The only one who acted different was one right before his death. So they are all in a box. We can say that these kids are black and white.
Yeah. But the main point I was getting is that the personal people who are doing and are affected by this are still individuals even when part of these monoliths.
Disagree.
And that's why we're seeing the backstories, the commanders, and the soldiers, and getting invested in their story. Because, sure, there's like 20 mooks out there who are going to die, but this is the character who is representing their struggles here, and what that kind of looks like from this perspective.
I mean, I disagree.
It's about trying to humanize people who are dying. That's why we care about them.
Well, I'm saying I disagree that they don't represent the organization, and it's all about the people on an individual level. Because... they're acting...
no, it's not the entire story. It's part of it because it's Gundam.
Right. But I'm just saying that they represent the organization as well because they're... God, I won't use the word jingoist, but they're very... Well, I don't know the word nationalistic even applies here because I don't know, future sci-fi terms that haven't been invented yet. I mean, what do you call... Well, I just don't know what you call a solar system-wide organization when it comes to like nationalistic pride. But, we're not going to let you land on our Earth versus what have you done to our fellow soldiers. They very much, at the same time, being individuals, also represent the organization as a whole. Because they're saying things and doing things on a nationalistic level more so than hey, I'm a person. By the way, I love the color red!
That would be like the second, third, and fourth part of like what makes Gundam Gundam right there. So it's definitely hitting all the Gundam notes at the very least.
Which is a regret. For me, anyway. It's like, I hate to keep going back to Wing. But it's a point that we both know, so when I say something about Wing, you're like, okay, I remember that thing. It's like if this was Wing, that all of the mech pilots were Hero Yui. Right?
All of them psychopaths.
Yeah. The selling point of Operation Meteor, from a viewer perspective, was that all the mech pilots were different. Hero Yui is your good if you like Rambo and you hate thinking about things too hard. You have your hero, but then you have Duo. No, not Duo. No, it was Duo. Sorry, I'm thinking
Duo.
No, I was thinking Duo, and I was like, is that Katra's name? No, it's Katra Rababa Winner.
Duo. Katniss Everdeen.
Duo something. Well, I can't remember his last name. You have him as the fun guy who does all these great things.
Duo Maxwell.
Maxwell, yeah. And Katra Rababa Winner, who loves helping the little guy, and runs around with his forces that are like, I guess, Middle Eastern equivalency for space. But you have all these different types of characters that have different beliefs. That's why near the middle of the show, they stand up and fight one another because they have different beliefs that they feel are worth fighting for. Now, imagine they were all just fucking Hero. What a downer of a show that would be. Because Hero is basically Mikazaki here. Mikazuki.
Is there a show like that already? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, this one. I'm saying that Mikazuki is basically Hiro Yui from Gundam Wing, and slowly the entire Hero cast, except for the politician woman, I guess that's it. She's the only one who's arguing against any of this. They're slowly all turning into Hiro Yui, and that would be the worst Gundam Wing ever, because Hiro is such a boring character who's only good at fighting.
I would at least say, so when it comes to Hiro starts out at the absolute worst he could possibly be. He's just straight up an assassin who does not give a shit, and will literally kill whoever gets in his way, and he does not care. And the entire series is him becoming a better person. Here, Mikazuki already starts out kind of like weird, and then gets worse.
I would argue that Hiro does not become a better person throughout the series.
I think he makes the attempt, and he does, I think, grow in some way. He goes on like a 10-episode, I'm going to apologize personally to every family where I accidentally slaughtered them, and then say, look, if it makes you feel better, get revenge on me right now. Here's a gun, just shoot me dead. It's perfectly fine. He's also a coward who like constantly tries to get out of things by death, but that's if we were talking about Gundam.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. But
he does try to do something and tries to make up for mistakes and tries to be slightly better or learn. And Mikazuki is like doubles down on murder.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is Hiro's character himself doesn't change throughout. I think he learns to understand people better, but
yeah,
he does.
That's the growth,
right? No, but it's not. It's not actually growth. It's just he understands people better. His actions are the same. Like, I understand that you're angry, and if I was you, I would kill you. So you better kill me, because otherwise I'll probably kill you. It's his. As a person,
he's still fucking weird. We can't get past this.
He doesn't evolve. He's the same guy from the beginning.
Right,
he just understands that. No, I'm getting back to Mikazuki through Hiro. And
I
saying,
was just gonna say we gotta watch a Gundam with a normal ass human being protagonist at some point.
Man, I really want to watch 8th MS Team with you at some point, because that is literally the height of Gundam for me.
Let's put it on the list.
Yeah. But no, Mikazuki basically starts off as a Hero light, and now he's going into Hero hard, because that's all Hero is Mikazuki right now. And he's never going to get better. I mean, he's literally, you've seen him as a child. Hey, who do you want me to kill? Last episode was, hey, who do you want me to kill? No, it wasn't. Last episode wasn't, hey, who do you want me to kill? Last episode was, hey, I'm going to kill as many people as necessary.
They've never specifically gone over the exact deal that Orca and Mikazuki have with each other, have they? Like, they've alluded to it, but they've never strictly specified, like, what is this promised land? What is their deal or arrangement? What are they doing? They haven't gone over that, right?
No, not the specifics. I'm sure we've seen the same episode. We've seen the, hey, this is when Bruce Wayne's parents get killed scene 100 times now. But we haven't actually been, as far as I know, it has not been typed out to us, the scenario behind it.
Right, and I feel like if we get the full revelation or talk about it, maybe we'll get a turning point on his personality here. We'll see.
Well, he's not going to change. The only thing the show can possibly do is reveal why he is the way he is, to then try and make us change our opinion. Right,
or we have the Hiro Yui turn, which is that other characters recruit Hiro and have him do something good with his highly mission-focused personality.
Like if you saw John Wick from half an hour in, and you didn't see the dog scene before, right? You might think, oh, that's John Wick. He's a cool badass. I mean, it's hard. You can't use John Wick as an example. I'm just saying, an equivalency of that. Like, if John Wick was an asshole and he was murdering, like, serial killer murdering people, and you didn't see that, they broke into his house and killed his dog, and the emotional attachment because the dog was given to him by his dead wife, spoils John Wick. You didn't see all of that, right? You might not understand why he's killing these people. That's why that's Mizuki's...
Is that how John Wick 2 and 3 happened? Just like forever puppies, you know? It's like, I after my death, I've decided to send you a puppy every 2 years.
No, but I'm not going to spoil those movies.
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
That's what I'm saying is that if you're not down with John Wick as he is when you saw him at his worst, then understanding his motivations aren't going to help you that much unless it really hits home. And I think the dog thing hits home for a lot of people. I'm not down for Mizuki.
Everybody loves dogs.
I'm not down for Mizuki as he is right now, and that's really going to be a hard sell for them to show me his past, for me to then care enough to even have him sold to me again.
So then I think to conclude this, what we need to do is we need to get that flashback moment, and we need to see that their dog died. And then everything will be good.
Well, no, remember there's a guy he shot in an alleyway.
The guy who killed the dog. There we go. That'll solve everything.
We know that they were orphans.
No, it won't.
Well, we know that they were orphans.
He killed their parents who were also dog people.
I mean, you keep making jokes. I'm trying to actually trying to break this down. Like, who could they have possibly shot in an alleyway that this could have mattered? Like,
I'm gonna bet it's just some random dude they wanted his wallet.
Do you think it was before he met what's her name? I Want to Do Revolution.
Yes.
Because remember, we see him sitting out on a step. And he's about the same age when she comes wandering around, and we see her. I've been starving for weeks backstory.
Right. Getting the full timeline there, I think, will be important. So, I guess for now, though, we have another episode of fighting incoming as they try to get to Parliament, and we'll see how that turns out and just how many more people he murders. I love watching our villain, yeah.
I hate these kids.
Alright. These kids. Alright. So everybody, I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?